Imagine believing that dying of old age dumps you on history's rubbish heap, while being flayed alive in a thunderstorm wins you front row seats to a divine fiesta. That, in a nutshell, was the Aztec afterlife deal. Your manner of death, not your moral resume, stamped your cosmic boarding pass. And if you thought retirement plans were complicated, wait till you hear how these people navigated 9 hells armed only with tortillas, jade beads, and a suspiciously hairless dog. Childbirth was literally a battlefield for Aztec women, and the prize for bleeding out on the reed mat was to ride shotgun with the newborn son, hurling your labor screams as lightning bolts at the retreating darkness. Midwives dressed the corpse like a fallen warrior, and the husband kept watch because sorcerers prized a dead mother's left middle finger for love potions. Nothing says romance like amputated digits. 4 years of celestial escort duty later, her spirit molted into a jeweled hummingbird, forever dive-bombing blooming cactus. Living mothers called this glorious. Skeptics noticed it still required dying in agony. But the gold standard upgrade meant stepping straight from mortal pain to a dawn patrol so prestigious, even captive Spaniards whispered the Nahuatl name with a shiver. Warriors who perished in honest combat, ideally after ripping out an enemy's heart for the temple recycling program, were promoted to eagle people, dragging the midday sun across the sky before clocking out into infinite butterfly picnics. Picture the universe's most aggressive, frequent flyer scheme. 4 solar years of front-row pyrotechnics paid for with arterial spray, followed by endless afternoons sipping fermented honey from blossoms that never wilt. Jaguar and Otomi recruits bragged that cowardice condemned you to knife-wind purgatory, while battlefield valor guaranteed flower nectar cocktails. Even captured foes sacrificed atop the Templo Mayor earned the same reward, which meant Aztec priests were basically selling immortality to their enemies. Ingenious PR or cosmic loophole, depending on who you asked. Drowning in murky lake water or catching a lightning bolt to the skull looked unlucky everywhere else. But in central Mexico, it earned a perpetual spa holiday in Tlalocan, the rain god's mist-soaked garden where maize sprouted fully cooked. Victims of gout, dropsy, hailstones, or any death even vaguely moist were whisked there because dampness trumped morality in the celestial algorithm. Archaeologists exhumed skulls clutching jade raindrop beads in their jaws, boarding passes to the cloud banquet. Priests even staged mock drownings, so festival crowds could preview the soggy hereafter, a theological theme park attraction complete with flower petal confetti and bottomless pulque refills. Thunderstruck farmers who had fertilized the valley were toasted as Tlaloc's hand-picked drinking buddies, proof that lightning insurance covered more than property damage. Babies who died before they could speak didn't vanish. They transferred to Chichihuacuauco, a twilight orchard where tree branches dripped divine milk into their tiny mouths. Parents buried infants with a miniature wooden hoe so they could help tend the saplings. Early chores, Cosmic Edition. Quetzalcoatl personally guarded the grove, effectively running the universe's most exclusive daycare. These children would return during the next sun cycle to repopulate the rejuvenated world, so grief came laced with apocalyptic optimism. When missionaries tried to overlay baptism onto this belief, local mothers nodded politely, still tucking turquoise beads and tiny torches into cradle coffins. Because of course they did. Spiritual recycling beats eternal limbo every millennium. Anyone unlucky enough to expire from plain old age, infected splinters, or slipping on a tortilla embarked on a 4-year obstacle course through 9 underworlds collectively called Mictlan. First, they slogged between mountains that crashed together like cosmic trash compactors. Then they crossed a wind tunnel laced with obsidian shrapnel, followed by a hill made entirely of knives. Midway, Jaguars devoured their hearts just to keep the challenge interesting. The penultimate gauntlet blew flesh-flaying gales so fierce they doubled as skeleton polishers. Finally, the soul waded a river of blood to reach Lord and Lady Death, who greeted newcomers with the bureaucratic warmth of overworked civil servants. No reward, no punishment, just eternal dusk lit by dying embers. After all that, Mictlan's cruelest twist was its monotony. 9 levels of misery purchased you a forever of nothing special, existential ennui, Aztec style. Mistreat your dog in life, and it would literally ghost you in death, refusing to ferry you across the underworld's black waters. The Aztecs bred sleek, hairless Zoloits Kintlis as living tickets past that river, painting them ceremonial blue and burying them with their humans once both expired. Archaeologists uncover canine skeletons curled beside owners, jaws still gripping twine harnesses. A well-loved dog trots ahead, nosing out safe shallows. A neglected mutt sits on the far bank, tail thumping like a judge's gavel while you flail in the current. Forget pearly gates. Here, afterlife access depended on belly rub frequency. Somewhere a modern vet tech nods approvingly. Ethical pet care never expires. Filling a corpse's mouth with obsidian blades, jade beads, and bark paper vouchers wasn't overkill. It was practical logistics. The blades defended against Knife Hill bandits. The beads bribed river guardians, and the paper contained passwords inked in squid dye. Families laced cotton shrouds with maguey fiber ropes, each knot a coded prayer, and strapped sandals to feet because volcanic gravel burns, even in death. Spanish chroniclers sneered at the extravagance until they noticed local gravediggers reselling foreign rosaries as underworld tokens. The takeaway: luggage fees are eternal, and someone always profits. Taking your own life by hanging catapulted you, bizarrely, into Tlaloc's watery paradise because breathlessness counted as a wind-related death. Widows twisted shawls into nooses, knowing they'd leapfrog Mictlan's knife winds for Cloud Garden comfort food. Missionaries gasped, locals shrugged. The rulebook valued mechanics over ethics. A lifetime of charity ending in a dry fall landed you in dull oblivion, while a drunken tumble into a canal secured eternal rainforest raves. Talk about loophole culture. When Spanish cannons finally shattered Tenochtitlan, survivors smuggled sacrificial skins and eagle banners into the marshes, convinced that if the sun missed its tribute, the universe would implode before Cortez finished counting his gold. Priests in new cassocks rebranded gods with saintly aliases, but families kept feeding ancestral ghosts every harvest. The modern Dia de los Muertos altar, marigolds, sugar skulls, shots of mezcal, tiny dog figurines, is a stealth Aztec survival kit wearing Catholic makeup. You can almost hear a friar sigh. Fine, call it All Saints. Of course they did. Blood-fed cosmologies rarely die. They just change costumes. Next time someone insists a good death means soft pillows and hospital monitors, remember the people who measured glory by lightning strikes, obsidian storms, and how many jade beads you could carry in your cheeks. Their afterlife wasn't moral judgment, but cosmic maintenance. Fuel the sun, water the crops, keep souls moving so dawn keeps showing up. We've swapped obsidian winds for filing cabinets, but the cosmic toll booth still expects exact change.